like to show you a new feature of SpikesTogether, which is called Dynamic Forms. Dynamic Forms allows you to make the standard list forms, such as the new form, the edit form, and the display form, more dynamic than they are with out-of-the-box SharePoint. So let's look at a simple example. Let's go to the task list over here. So this is a standard task list, so you can add a new task by clicking over here, and then you can fill in some of these fields. One of the fields is the status field, which can be out of the box, not started, in progress, and so on. So assume that we would like to make this form a little bit different, so that if someone creates a new task, that he's not able to modify the status, so that it is automatically defaulted to the not started value. So with the dynamic forms, it becomes very easy to do. So before we can use this feature, we need of course to activate it. So we can go to manage site features, and if we go a little bit down, there is a new feature called SpikesTogether Dynamic List Forms, which we can activate. So if we go back to our task list, we can now go to the list settings, and we're able to select one of the content types. So let's take the task content type, and then we have a new option that's available here called Configure Dynamic List Forms. If you click on this one, we're going to a settings page which allows us to completely configure the dynamic forms. So one thing that we need to do first is just activate the dynamic form for this content type. And what we would like to do is change the behavior of the new form. So we select the new form over here, and we simply specify that the status field should be hidden on the new form. So if we would save this one, click OK, and let's go to that task list again. So if we click add new item over here, you clearly see that the status field is hidden right now. So let's create a sample task over here. Give it some kind of priority. Assign it to myself, and then click save. So if we would look at view item right now, of course you see that the status field is present over here, which is set to not started. So this is quite simple. So let's get one step further. Let's close this dialog. So let's assume that we want to change behavior of the edit form of the task, so that if the task is set to a status completed, that you can no longer make changes to that task. So let's go back to our dynamic list form settings. So now we're going to change the behavior of the edit form. So by default, the user can change any of these fields, but we're going to add an additional condition. So we can do this by clicking add over here. So we're going to add a new condition. Let's give the name task completed. And we can specify some rules based on the metadata of that task. So in this case, the status field, that one is equal to completed, like this. And we're going to use this rule on the edit form. Click OK. So now we can use this condition. So we're specifying that for the edit form under the task completed condition, we're going to set all these fields to display mode. So click OK right now, and we go back to our task list. So if we edit this task, we can edit all these fields because the status is not completed. So let's change the status to completed. If we save this one, and then select the edit form, then you see that all fields are in read-only mode. So as you can see, the user is no longer able to change any of the fields of the task because the status has been set to completed. So let's get one step further. So assume that we would like to give some users the permission to change the status even if it is already set and completed. So let's close this one and let's go back to our list form settings to modify the behavior of the edit form. So what we would like to do is, if someone is a member of the administrator group, then that user is allowed to make some changes to the status field. So that's quite easy. We just add a new condition. Let's give it a name, task completed for the administrator. So the condition is the same as the previous one. So the status is equal to completed. We're going to give this rule a higher priority so that this rule is evaluated before the other rules. So we're going to specify that in order for the condition to be true, that the user should be a member of the administrators group. And again, it is conditions we're going to use on the edit form. So click OK. So we've added a new rule, task completed admin. We're going to set all fields to render mode display except the status field. So by this rule we actually specify that if the task is completed but the user is a member of the administrator group, then he is allowed to change the status field. So let's save this one. Okay. So if you go back to our task list and we're going to edit this task, then you see that of course this is again just simply in read-only mode. So if I put myself in the administrators group and click OK, the behavior will be different right now for this form. So if I click edit item right now, you see that in this case the status form is in edit mode. So I can change it back to, for example, in progress, and save my form. Back to here. So if I click now edit item, all fields can be edited again because the status has been changed to in progress.